The rap world is on fire tonight, and social media can't stop talking about it. Pooh Shiesty is finally free. But instead of celebrating his release in peace, a single video has surfaced that's got everyone questioning what's really going on. This isn't the triumphant comeback anyone expected. No, this is darker, stranger, and way more explosive. The video in question isn't just trending, it's dominating every platform, spreading like wildfire from Twitter to TikTok to Instagram, leaving fans stunned and critics suspicious. In just a few hours, it's racked up millions of views, and the questions keep piling up. Who filmed it? Why was it leaked? And what does it mean for Pooh Shiesty's future? At first glance, the clip looks harmless. But then people started pointing out details that can't be ignored. Faces in the background, words whispered off camera, and a shocking moment so controversial, fans are calling it the biggest twist of his career. Is this video proof that Pooh Shiesty's freedom isn't as clean as it looks? Or is it a setup designed to throw his entire comeback into chaos? Because one thing is clear, this video isn't just trending, it's rewriting everything we thought we knew about Pooh Shiesty. And trust me, Woods, hidden inside it will leave you speechless. Pooh Shiesty's name has always carried a weight in hip-hop. From the very first time he burst onto the scene, his gritty voice and unapologetic energy made him a force nobody could ignore. His breakout single, Back in Blood, didn't just put him on the map. It made him one of the most feared and respected rappers of his generation. Fans said he was the streets personified. Critics called him a new wave of raw Memphis. Labels called him money. But behind the meteoric rise was always a shadow. Legal troubles, rumors of beef, whispers of betrayal within his own camp. And in 2021, that shadow consumed him when he was sentenced to prison after a series of high-profile charges and courtroom dramas. The image of Pooh Shiesty in shackles became one of the most heartbreaking moments for his fans and one of the most triumphant for his haters. For years, people speculated, would he ever come back? Would prison break him? Would he even survive behind bars, given his reputation and his enemies? And then, he was free. Fans flooded social media with joy. Tweets like "The Real is back" and "Free Shiesty." Mission accomplished dominated timelines. Instagram fan pages posted tribute edits. His music shot back into playlists. And YouTube reaction channels lit up with people celebrating his release. It should have been his victory lap. But instead of basking in that triumph, something else took over the conversation. A single video. At first, nobody knew where it came from. The clip appeared on a random Twitter account with less than 100 followers. Within an hour, it was reposted by major gossip pages, then ripped to TikTok, then uploaded to Instagram Reels with captions like, "What's really going on with Pooh Shiesty?" In the video, Pooh Shiesty can be seen surrounded by people, not all of them familiar faces. He looks calm, maybe too calm. The room is dimly lit, the vibe tense. And then, at the 22-second mark, something happens, something so subtle and yet so suspicious that viewers immediately started rewinding, replaying, and screenshot ting. One voice off camera whispers, "Don't let them see it." Another responds, "It's too late." The camera's rolling. Fans went into full detective mode. Who were those voices? What didn't they want us to see? And why did Pooh Shiesty look directly at the camera right after those words were spoken, his face frozen for just a split second? Reddit threads exploded with theories. Some said it was staged. Others claimed it revealed a secret deal, a hidden allegiance. Or worse of dense, that his release wasn't as clean as the headlines made it seem. But the most alarming theory came from fans who swore they recognized someone in the background. A blurred face, caught in the corner of the frame that people linked to one of Shiesty's old rivals. If true, it meant this wasn't a celebration, it was a setup. And the more people rewatched the clip, the more strange details they noticed. A handoff of something that looked like papers. A phone being quickly tucked away. Shiesty mouthing words that didn't match what people thought he was saying. Every second became evidence. Every frame became a clue. The internet couldn't let it go. TikTok creators made frame-by-frame breakdowns, adding ominous music and arrows pointing to every suspicious gesture. Twitter users wrote threads with captions like, "This ain't freedom. This is surveillance." Instagram flooded with side-by-side comparisons of Shiesty's demeanor before and after prison, claiming he looked different, watched, controlled. And while fans argued, blogs pushed the narrative even harder. Pooh Shiesty's freedom comes with strings attached. Some even speculated this was part of a larger deal, that his early release wasn't just luck, but the result of behind-the-scenes bargaining. But here's what made it even stranger. Pooh Shiesty himself stayed silent. He didn't comment on the video. He didn't deny it. He didn't confirm it. Nothing. That silence was deafening, because for fans, silence doesn't mean peace, means guilt. And for haters, silence is blood in the water. Proof that the rumors are true. And now the biggest question remains. Why is this video trending everywhere? What is it hiding? What truth is buried inside those 30 seconds that the world isn't supposed to see? Because if the whispers are right, then Pooh Shiesty's freedom might not be freedom at all. It might be a cage. The clip of Pooh Shiesty's release should have been a moment of triumph, a celebration of freedom. Instead, it became the most dissected, rewatched, and debated 30 seconds in hip-hop this year. What started as a blurry video has now spiraled into a full-blown conspiracy. And the first twist in this saga changes everything. At first glance, it looked like a typical homecoming moment. Shiesty sitting in a low-lit room surrounded by people, nodding silently while phones recorded him. Fans expected to see laughter, hugs, maybe a freestyle to mark his return. But the tone was off. He wasn't smiling. He wasn't rapping. He wasn't even celebrating. Instead, he looked stiff, reserved, like a man carrying something he couldn't say out loud. Then came the whispers. The line nobody can get out of their heads, "Don't let them see it," followed by, "It's too late." The camera's rolling. The words weren't directed at Pooh Shiesty, at least, not openly. But right after they were spoken, he looked dead into the camera with an expression fans described as fear, warning, and defeat all at once. That look alone made the internet spiral. A viral tweet summed it up perfectly. @RapWatchdog. That wasn't a look of a man celebrating freedom. That was a look of a man trapped. Within hours, TikTokers had slowed the video down frame by frame. And what they found shocked even the most loyal fans. At second 18, a hand appears passing something across the table. The object is small, flat, and folded. Some swore it looked like documents. Others claimed it was cash. One popular breakdown said, "It's paperwork, proof, a deal signed." At second 22, Shiesty's lips move. Dozens of lip readers jumped into the comments, arguing over what he said. Some claimed he mouthed, "It's done." Others insisted it was, "They got me." The ambiguity only fueled the paranoia. But the most damning part was at second 25. In the background, blurred but still visible, was a face. Fans compared it to photos of an old rival a man Shiesty had allegedly beefed with before prison. Theories erupted. How is H in the room? This ain't no reunion. This is a setup. They forced him into this. Screenshots of that blurred face flooded Twitter. One viral post read, "At street receipts, Shiesty's enemy was right there when he got free. That's not freedom, that's surveillance. Not freedom, that's surveillance." Theories exploded from every angle. Some fans said it proved Shiesty's release wasn't a clean win. Maybe he had to agree to something to walk out early. Others speculated the video was intentionally leaked to embarrass him, to send a message that he wasn't really in control anymore. And then came the first big twist. A leaked transcript began circulating on Reddit. Allegedly, it was from a sealed conversation between Shiesty's legal team and prosecutors. The document, unverified but terrifyingly detailed, suggested that Shiesty's release was tied to a cooperation agreement fans immediately interpreted as snitching. The excerpt that made headlines. Subject has agreed to conditions requiring full compliance, monitored communications, and presence at designated meetings. Any violation will result in immediate revocation of release. Fans latched onto one word: compliance. Twitter went insane. Threads like, "This wasn't a release. This was a deal. Shiesty traded freedom for silence. The paperwork explains the video. He is not free. He's being watched." Hashtags like #ShiestyDeal and #NotFreeShiesty shot to the top. Even blogs ran with it. One headline screamed, "Pooh Shiesty's freedom questioned after alleged transcript leak." Another said, "Fans fear their hero isn't free. He's compromised." But here's what made it even messier. Shiesty still didn't respond. Not a single word. Not a tweet. Not a live silence. And that silence was deafening, because silence in hip-hop doesn't mean ignore it. Silence means something's being hidden. Then, as if to add gasoline to the fire, a supposed insider dropped a voice note to a gossip page. In it, a man claiming to be close to Shiesty said, "Y'all don't get it. That video wasn't supposed to leak. He's not supposed to be seen with those people. If you know, you know." They're playing him. Fans lost their minds. Who were those people? The rival in the background. The voices whispering off camera. The hands passing folded documents. Theories spiraled even further. The feds staged the room. That rival was planted to humiliate him. He's under a deal and can't say nothing. One TikTok with over 3 million views put it bluntly: "This isn't Pooh Shiesty coming home. This is Pooh Shiesty being handled." And that's when the narrative shifted. What started as a celebration became a question. Is Pooh Shiesty truly freer? Is he in a new kind of prison? One without bars? Fans who once celebrated began panicking. Memes turned dark. Supporters begged him to speak, to clear the air, but he remained silent, and then another clip surfaced. This one, only 8 seconds long. It showed Shiesty leaving a building the day after his release, flanked by 2 men in suits. At first, people thought they were bodyguards. But zoomed-in screenshots showed something different. One had an earpiece. The other carried what looked like a government-issued folder. The caption, "Still think he's free?" That clip, combined with the original video, sent the internet into a frenzy of fear, suspicion, and betrayal. And the biggest twist of all, a tweet from a major gossip page claiming, "The video trending right now was never meant for the public. It was recorded as part of the release process. Someone leaked it. Someone wanted this to go viral." The idea that this wasn't an accident, but a deliberate leak, was the final nail in the coffin. Pooh Shiesty's freedom wasn't being celebrated anymore. It was being dissected. It was being doubted. It was being destroyed. And fans were left asking the one question nobody could answer: if this video wasn't meant to be seen, what else are we not supposed to know? The first wave of chaos from Pooh Shiesty's trending video was bad enough blurred faces, whispered warnings, and leaked paperwork. But what happened next took this scandal from suspicious to absolutely terrifying. Because the second leak didn't just hint at secrets, it showed them. 2 days after the original video dropped, another clip surfaced, this time on TikTok, uploaded by an account that mysteriously vanished within hours. The video was even grainier, but longer, just under 2 minutes. And those 2 minutes turned the internet inside out. In this extended version, viewers could hear more of the whispers. A voice, low but urgent, saying he has to sign it now. No delay. If he hesitates, they'll pull it. Another voice snapped back. Keep him calm. Cameras are rolling. Don't spook him. And then, the frame widened for just a moment. Long enough to catch what looked like an envelope sliding across the table with a pen pressed into Shiesty's hand. His expression was blank, almost resigned, as though he knew there was no way out. Fans lost their minds. Theories went nuclear. That's not a release. That's a contract. They forced him into a deal on camera. Pooh Shiesty didn't walk out of prison. He walked into another cage. Twitter caught fire. Hashtags like #ShiestyContract, #signed or silenced, and #NotFreeShiesty trended globally. One viral thread broke it down like a courtroom case. Screenshot by screenshot, 015 mark, the envelope. 030 mark, the pen. 041 mark. Shiesty nodding but not smiling. 110 mark. Someone in the background covering their face when they noticed the camera. 136 mark. A muffled voice saying, "It's done." But then came the shocking reveal. A supposed insider leak hit Instagram a DM. Thread allegedly from someone close to Shiesty's team. The account claimed the papers Shiesty signed were conditions of cooperation tied not just to his release, but to ongoing surveillance agreements. The message read, "People think he's free, but he's not. He's tied to them now. Every move he makes is being watched. They didn't just let him out, they own him." Screenshots of the DM spread like wildfire. Fans accused the system of breaking him. Conspiracy theorists claimed Shiesty was being used as a pawn. Memes painted him as a puppet with strings pulled by unseen hands. And then celebrities began weighing in. A major rapper tweeted, "Freedom ain't free. Y'all wake up." A producer posted that wasn't a release. That was paperwork. They don't let you out clean unless they want something. Meanwhile, a rival rapper mocked, "Y'all's favorite gangster just signed his soul on camera." The industry was split in half. Some defended Shiesty, insisting the leaks were fake. Others said the silence from him and his team was proof. Enough. But the escalation didn't stop there, because hours after the extended video spread, another piece of evidence shook the internet. A still image from surveillance footage. Allegedly leaked by someone on the inside, the image showed Shiesty leaving the same building seen in the 8-second clip, flanked by men in suits. But zoomed-in analysis revealed something chilling. One of the men was carrying a folder stamped with a federal seal. That image alone changed everything. Reddit threads screamed, "This isn't protection. This is control." TikTok creators ran with captions like, "Pooh Shiesty, from chains to contracts." Instagram gossip blogs asked the question outright, did Pooh Shiesty cut a deal? And then, like clockwork, another twist dropped. A voice recording leaked to a gossip podcast. The audio, allegedly from someone inside the release process, featured a male voice saying, "We can't risk another situation like before. He's under supervision now. It's safer this way." The hosts replayed it over and over. What did another situation mean? Was this tied to Shiesty's original charges or something bigger we didn't know about? Suddenly, the narrative shifted from celebration to panic. This wasn't just about one rapper's freedom. Fans began speculating it was about control, compliance, and silencing beams flooded timelines. Shiesty's face photoshopped onto puppet strings. Clips of his old songs layered with captions like he rapped about freedom, "Now look." And while the internet feasted on speculation, one question refused to die. Who leaked the video? Because by now, it was obvious the clip wasn't random. It wasn't a fan recording. It was too perfect, too damning. Someone wanted this out. Someone wanted the world to see that Pooh Shiesty's freedom wasn't real. But why? Some fans said it was revenge from rivals or enemies who wanted to stain his comeback. Others claimed it was exposure from insiders disgusted by what they saw behind closed doors. And the darkest theory, that the leak itself was a warning that Shiesty was being put on notice by forces bigger than him. And then, just as fans thought they had seen it all, TikTok caught another eerie detail in the extended video at the very end. Someone in the background can be heard faintly whispering to words, "Stay silent." The room went cold. The internet stopped scrolling because if those words were directed at Pooh Shiesty. Then the meaning was clear. His release wasn't just conditional, it was controlled. And if he speaks, it all collapses. The release of Pooh Shiesty should have been a unifying moment for hip-hop. But instead, it has sparked one of the most divisive debates the culture has seen in years. The viral video didn't just trend, it split the internet right down the middle. Twitter was a war zone. On one side, fans defended Shiesty with everything they had. At Shiesty Forever, y'all reading too much into this? That man is free. Stop killing the vibe with conspiracy theories. At Memphis Made, the whispers, the folder, the rival y'all sound crazy. Just let Pooh breathe. He earned this. But on the other side, critics sharpened their knives. At Street Receipts, you don't look that broken if you free. Watch the video. He ain't celebrating, he's complying. At Expose the System, that's not release paperwork. That's a deal. Open your eyes. Hashtags battled for dominance. Hashtag Shiesty free trended alongside hashtag not free. Shiesty.tiktok only made it worse. Creators dissected every frame of the extended clip, adding red circles and slow-motion breakdowns. One viral TikTok with 6 million views highlighted the whispered phrase, "Stay silent," at the end, captioned, "This is bigger than rap." Another creator spliced Shiesty's lyrics about loyalty with the clip of him looking directly into the camera, calling it the look of a man who can't speak. Fans who once cheered his freedom were now posting comments like, "I don't even know how to feel anymore." Instagram gossip pages had a field day. One post compared the rival in the background with old photos of Shiesty's enemies, racking up hundreds of thousands of likes. Another gossip blog wrote, "Pooh Shiesty came home, but not on his own terms." The comments were brutal. Some begged him to break his silence. Others accused him of betraying the streets. And in between were fans simply heartbroken, writing things like, "We wanted him free, not this." But the most shocking reactions came from the rap industry itself. A veteran rapper tweeted, "This game ain't what y'all think. Freedom comes with chains you can't see." Fans immediately tied it to Shiesty, and the tweet went viral. A famous producer posted a cryptic message on Instagram stories. "I told him to keep quiet." They watching everything. No names, no context, but the timing spoke volumes. Meanwhile, Shiesty's rivals pounced. One dropped a freestyle snippet on Instagram, rapping, "You sign papers, I sign checks." Fans took it as a direct shot, and within hours it was reposted everywhere. But what cut deepest were the fan betrayals. Shiesty's most loyal supporters, the ones who campaigned for his freedom, began turning. Comments like, "If the paperwork is real, then he ain't the same Pooh anymore. We screamed free Shiesty, but now he might be a puppet." The debate turned vicious. Whole communities split apart. Forums once dedicated to celebrating his music became battlegrounds of accusations, screenshots, and conspiracy theories. And then came the industry panic. Promoters whispered about pulling back from booking him until the smoke cleared. Sponsors hesitated. Even blogs worried about posting too much, fearing legal consequences. The idea that Shiesty wasn't just under scrutiny, but under surveillance became a chilling possibility. And yet, through all the chaos, Pooh Shiesty himself said nothing. No live, no tweet. No freestyle to reclaim his narrative. Just silence, and that silence. It was louder than any diss track because fans realized something terrifying. Whether the conspiracy theories were true or not, the damage was already done. His freedom had become his biggest controversy. His silence had become his loudest statement. And the video, the one that wasn't even supposed to exist, was now the defining moment of his return. One fan summed it up perfectly in a comment that went viral. Pooh Shiesty walked out of prison, but into another kind of cage. And we're all watching it happen in real time. Just when the debate around Pooh Shiesty's release was at its boiling point, fans divided. The industry shaken and rivals circling like vultures. The final twist hit the internet. It started with a midnight drop from an anonymous account on Twitter. The handle: @PaperTrailLeaks, the post. A single 10-second video clip with the caption, "You still think he's free?" The clip looked like body cam footage, shaky and low-lit. But what it showed left jaws on the floor. Pooh Shiesty, in the same room as the first viral video. Except this time, the camera caught what happened after the scene everyone had already dissected. In the footage, Shiesty is seen putting down the pen, sliding the envelope back across the table. One of the suited men leans in and says something chilling. "Remember? You're working for us now." The clip ends abruptly. But that one sentence detonated across the internet. Was Pooh Shiesty's release a deal with the feds? Was the paperwork fans spotted in the original clip really a contract for cooperation? The whispers of compliance from the alleged transcript suddenly didn't feel like theories anymore. They felt like reality. Twitter exploded instantly at street receipts. The contract was real. They owe WN him. He ain't free. At Free Shiesterel, nah, this gotta be fake. Deep fake, staged. Something ain't right. At the system exposed, they letting y'all see the chains now. Invisible cuffs. Modern slavery. TikTok ran with it too. Creators looped the line "You're working for us now" with eerie sound effects, overlaying Shiesty's old lyrics about loyalty and betrayal. The edits were chilling, some hitting millions of views overnight. And then came the kicker. An Instagram gossip blog post took a screenshot allegedly showing emails between Shiesty's legal team and federal agents. The subject line: compliance agreement. The email mentioned scheduled check-ins, restricted associations, and a line that sent chills down fans' spines. Failure to cooperate may result in reincarceration. Whether real or fake. The screenshots spread like wildfire. Fans panicked. He didn't beat the system. He bent to it. He's basically owned property now. Pooh Shiesty ain't rapping free bars anymore. He's rapping monitored ones. The hip-hop world went berserk. A rival rapper taunted him on live. He ain't gangsta no more. He government now. Meanwhile, an older legend defended him, saying, "Don't judge the man till you lived his life. Prison breaks everybody different." Tia, but the silence from Pooh Shiesty. Still deafening. No denial. No statement. No freestyle to clear the air. Just silence. And in that silence, the theories only grew darker. Some said the leak proved Shiesty had flipped and was now being used to take down bigger targets in the industry. Others said the line "You're working for us now" wasn't about snitching, but about becoming a controlled figure. His career, his moves, his image, all dictated by unseen forces. And then, just when the fire seemed uncontrollable, the account at PaperTrailLeaks vanished, deleted without a trace. That disappearance only made things scarier. Who leaked the clip? Why risk posting it if it would be erased within hours? Was it a whistleblower? Or a warning? By dawn, one phrase echoed across every platform, every forum, every fan space. Pooh Shiesty isn't free. He's compromised. And the cliffhanger grew sharper when another anonymous message began circulating in fan groups, claiming, "This isn't the last leak. There's more. Much more." The next drop will name names. Names? Whose names? Rivals. Label execs. Other rappers tied to the compliance deal. Nobody knows. But one thing is certain. The story of Pooh Shiesty's release is far from over. Because if the final leak is real, then this isn't just about one rapper's freedom. It's about an entire really industry being watched, controlled, owned, and the scariest part. The truth hasn't even fully dropped yet. Stay ready, because the next leak might change hip-hop forever. And now we're left staring at the biggest question of all. Is Pooh Shiesty really free? Or is he trapped in a deal none of us were ever supposed to see? The body cam style clip. The envelope. The whispers. The chilling line, "You're working for us now." Every piece feels like part of a puzzle, and the scary part? That puzzle isn't finished yet. So here's where I turn it over to you. Do you believe the leaks are real? Did Pooh Shiesty trade silence for freedom? Or is this just another case of the internet seeing shadows where there's nothing? Drop your theories in the comments below. Tell me, was that contract paperwork? Was it cash? Was that really his rival in the background? And most importantly, what do you think the phrase compliance agreement really means? Because if this is true, then Pooh Shiesty isn't just another rapper returning home. He's a pawn in something bigger, something darker, something that could change the way we think about freedom in hip-hop forever. And if it's not true, then why hasn't Shiesty or his team denied a single thing? Why the silence? Why let the rumors spread if there's nothing to hide? I want every single one of you watching this to sound off. Was this freedom? Or was this a setup? And don't forget, hit that like button if you want the truth exposed. Subscribe so you don't miss the next update. And smash that notification bell, because trust me, the next leak could drop any second, because this story isn't over. The whispers, the contracts, the missing accounts, something much bigger is brewing. And when the next leak hits, it won't just shake Pooh Shiesty's world, it might shake the entire rap game. Stay tuned. The truth is coming. Truth is coming.